Now, the Imam of the Islamic Center outside a Muslim country, the Imam of the Islamic Center outside the Muslim country can replace the judgment of a judge in an Islamic country. And the scholar, the Imam of the Masjid, can replace the judgment of a scholar, because that's the only Islamic alternative outside an Islamic country or an Islamic where there's no Islamic rules that's applied.
It's a family issue.
And that's concerned, of course, family issues. I'm glad that we should. And trust me, that the laws of this country in particular, they like to settle these disputes in the mosque than to have them go to the court where it's too expensive. Now, if there's another rule, if there is no people who are in charge of the people's affairs, then affairs goes to the scholars, the Muslim scholars that exist at that time, and they will replace the people who are in charge, the rulers and so on. Now, the last issue that we're talking about here: can a woman ask for compensation for taking care of her child, for that custody of the child? Now, again, in the normal marriage, when a man and a woman are married and they had a child, Allah bless them with that child, and the man goes to work and she's taking care of that child, that's her right, that's her duties as a wife to take care of that child without asking for compensation, without asking for an ajr. But when there's a dispute, when they are separated and the woman has already fulfilled her period after the divorce, that will make her divorcee after that, then she might ask for compensation or ask for money for the custody of the children. And in that custody, in that money that she's asking for, that could go not only for her kids' food, clothes, and a place, also for her herself, to take care of herself as far as her food and her clothes in her, and also the place that she stays in. So that should be put in consideration. That when a man wants to divorce his wife and the divorce is over with, that he not only have to take care of the kids, but also the mother who is taking care of these kids. Now, if there is someone else who are not like among the parents, who wants to voluntarily take care of the kids, like the man's sister or aunt or some relative or a neighbor or someone who is not not the mother or father, then the man don't want to pay for the child support. He don't want to pay for taking care of his kids and his wife, and he thinks that well, I mean, I have my sister; she can take care of the kids, and it'll be cheaper for me. Well, it will be looked at his financial situation. If he's capable of taking care of the mother and the kids, then the kids should always stay with their mother. The kids should always stay with their mother, because that's the source of love and affection and emotions. So always, they will stay with their mother. But if he cannot afford that, if he cannot afford to pay for this, then it will be looked at the situation differently. And always the affair of the child is more, does supersede any other right. And for him to stay with his mother is better than for that child to be raised somewhere else. Now, how the order goes, if he cannot afford to take care of her, then the custody of these children or the child will go to the mother's mother, so the grandmother from the mother side, the female side. So she had the first priority of taking care of the kids if that man cannot afford paying for it. If she's not responsible. If she's, I'm sorry, if she
كلمة للمسلم.
If the woman is not there and she can then that whomever gets the custody, not the father automatically, it goes to her mother. After her, if the father, but if the father cannot himself take care of the kids, then it goes to his father, and then it goes to his grandfather, and then to his mother, and so on, from the closest to this. This is in general, what the rules are. Inshallah, there is one more right. Inshallah, we'll discuss on Thursday. Inshallah,
Quick question about after the talaq. Is it about the waiting period? Is it the actual period or the the time of period between the period?
والمطلقات يتربصن بأنفسهن 3 قروء. إذا كانت المرأة في ذوات الحيض فإنها تتربص أن تنتظر 3 قروءات. إن كانت كبيرة قد يأست من أو صغيرة لم تبلغ زمن الحيض فإنها تعتد بالعشر 3 أشهر. لقوله تعالى في سورة الطلاق واللاتي يئسن من المحيض من النساء إن ارتبتم فعدتهن 3 أشهر واللاتي